ॐ गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सेदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहो वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम् ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्री साईश्वराय नमः हरिः ॐ आतनुष्व प्रतनुष्व उद्धमाधमसन्धमा आदित्ये चन्द्रवर्णानां गर्भमाधेहि यः पुमान् इतस्सिक्तगुं सूर्यगतम् चन्द्रमसेरसङ्कृधि वारादञ्जनयाग्रेऽग्निं य एको रुद्र उच्यते असङ्ख्याताः सहस्राणि स्मर्यते न च दृश्यते एवमेतन्निबोधत आमन्द्रैरिन्द्रहरिभिः याहि मयूररोमभिः मात्वा केचिन्निये मुरिन्न पाशिनः दधन्वेवता इहि मामन्द्रैरिन्द्रहरिभिः यामि मयूररोमभिः माके चिन्निये मुरिन्न पाशिनः निधन्वेवताम् इमीम् अणुभिश्च महद्भिश्च ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Offering our collective love at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri 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 Satya Sai Baba Varu. May we all be together. May we all be nourished together. May we all work together with great vigor. May our studies shine and illumine our intellects. May we not conflict with each other. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste. We are studying the 12th Anuvakam of Aruna Prashna, which is about invoking, inviting, inciting the presence of Indra. And the mantras that we have studied so far, the first mantra in this Anuvaka is about praying for the entrance of that Supreme Being, and that entrance, that which is conspicuous and pleasant. That entrance is to bring radiance, nourishment, and boons. Radiance through sun, nourishment through moon, and boons that are to be fulfilled for the yajna, the purpose and the significance of the yajna. And the one who does that, ya eko Rudra Uchyate, that is called Rudra. And then the imperceivable grace of Rudra is invoked. It can only be recollected and have retention about this, but no, impossible to describe it. Such is the grace to be remembered always. And then we pray for unhindered entrance, unhindered grace for yajna, and the yajamana, the performer of the yajna, also wishes to return back along with this treasure incomprehensible, nidhan vevatam imi. And in the process, may there be no hindrance associated with the I and the mine. And that is the holding back. And that holding back is signified by the long Nidhan vevatam, nidhan vevatam, imi, whatever little that is left. The next mantra starts with Anubhishcha Mahadbhishcha, and the most famous mantra that is chanted for Subramanya, Subramanya, Subramanya. This Brahma is pronunciation is the big problem across people. They say Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavi. It's not Brahma. It is Brahma, Brahma, ha. Mha sound has to come. Brahma. So this Subramanya is, the word is invoked 3 times. Let's now look at this mantra. Anubhishcha Mahadbhi. Okay, let's go through the words first. Anubhishcha Mahadbhishcha.
Anubhishcha Mahadbhishcha. Anubhishcha Mahadbhishcha.
Nigrishvairasamayutaihi.
Nigrishvairasamayutaihi. Nigrishvairasamayutaihi.
Kalairharitvamapannaihi.
Kalairharitvamapannaihi. Kalairharitvamapannaihi.
Indrayahi Sahasrayuk.
Indrayahi Sahasrayuk. Indrayahi Sahasrayuk.
Agnirvibhrashti Vasanaha.
Agnirvibhrashtivasanaha. Agnirvibhrashtivasanaha.
Vayusvetasikadrukaha.
Vayushvetasikadruka. Vayushvetasikadrukaha. Vayushvetasikadrukaha.
संवत्सरो विषुवर्णैः
संवत्सरो विषुवर्णैः
Yeah, संवत्सत्स
संवत्सरो विषुवर्णैः संवत्सरो विषुवर्णैः
नित्यास्तेऽनुचरास्तव
नित्यास्तेऽनुचरास्तव नित्यास्तेऽनुचरास्तव
सुब्रह्मण्योगुं सुब्रह्मण्योगुं सुब्रह्मण्योम्
सुब्रह्मण्योगुं सुब्रह्मण्योम्
Lot of people, where they put the ha, they put it on the subhra, they say subramanya. It's not subhra. It's not it's not cleanliness, not shubhra. It's not shubhra. He is very clean. Don't worry about his cleanliness. He is subramhanya, subramhanya. Subramhanyam, subramhanyam. See how Swami says that? षण्मुखनाथा सुब्रह्मण्यं सुब्रह्मण्यं सुब्रह्मण्योगुं सुब्रह्मण्योगुं सुब्रह्मण्योम्
सुब्रह्मण्योगुं सुब्रह्मण्योम्
Perfect. You should say that as a Malaysian, a lot more clearer than other people. What are those caves? Batuka caves. What caves there?
Batu caves, yeah. Batu caves.
Batu caves, yeah.
10 minutes.
Okay, let's learn the mantra. Oh, okay, very good. Let's chant the mantra now. Anubhishcha mahadbhishcha
अणुभिश्च महद्भिश्च अणुभिश्च महद्भिश्च
निघृष्वैरसमायुतैः
निघृष्वैरसमायुतैः निघृष्वैरसमायुतैः.
Excellent. The ghru should not be held. That's what you do. I was watching if you will hold it. So it's a vowel there. It's a R with a dot below. That cannot be pronounced as nighrushvai. No. Nighrushvairasamayutaihe.
निघृष्वैरसमायुतैः निघृष्वैरसमायुतैः.
कालैर्हरित्वमापन्नैः
कालैर्हरित्वमापन्नैः कालैर्हरित्वमापन्नैः.
इन्द्राया हि सहस्रयुक्
इन्द्राय हि सहस्रयुक् इन्द्राय हि सहस्रयुक्
अग्निर्वेभ्राष्टिवसनः
अग्निर्विभ्राष्टिवसनः.
Shti has to be held a little more.
अग्निर्वा
Shti.
अग्निर्विभ्राष्टिवसनः अग्निर्विभ्राष्टिवसनः
वायुस्वेतसिकदृकः वायुश्वेतसिकदृकः
वायुश्वेतसिकदृकः वायुश्वेतसिकदृकः
Good.
वायु
Yeah, go ahead, Sai.
वायुश्वेतसिकदृकः
संवत्सरो विषुवर्णैः
संवत्सरो विषुवर्णैः संवत्सरो विषुवर्णैः
नित्यास्तेऽनुचरास्तव
नित्यास्तेऽनुचरास्तव नित्यास्तेऽनुचरास्तव
सुब्रह्मण्यो गुं सुब्रह्मण्यो गुं सुब्रह्मण्यो
सुब्रह्मण्यो गुं सुब्रह्मण्यो गुं सुब्रह्मण्यो सुब्रह्मण्यो गुं सुब्रह्मण्यो गुं सुब्रह्मण्यो
I hope all of you are chanting along, not watching along. Don't become Indras. Be part of chanting. If you don't chant now, you won't get it later. The mantra's efficacy, directly learning from the voice and its impact is much more than doing it with other audio visual devices. That's the reason why I urge all of you to open your videos. Because there is also not only the contact in the context of the mantra, but I also look at each and every one of you. And without that look, the mantra is not transmitted. It has to be physically looking, actually, not virtually. You are all thinking, I don't want to be presented in front of it. No, I don't care how you look. But if you are sitting in front of a computer in a serene place with the script in front of you, listening, and me watching all of you listening, watching all of you chanting and seeing, all of that process is extremely important for transmission of the energy. You don't get that if you join by YouTube and some other thing, hiding behind. Why you have to hide? Why you have to hide your faces? I don't understand that. Is there something wrong with all of you? I understand if you are engaged in a different work and you cannot focus, go do that work. But do not come to the class and hide behind these stupid black boxes. Subramanyogum. So let's chant this whole mantra one more time. Anubhishcha mahadbhishcha निघृष्वैरसमायुतैः कालैर्हरित्वमापन्नैः इन्द्राय हि सहस्रयुक् अग्निर्विभ्राष्टिवसनः वायुस्वेतसिकधृकः संवत्सरो विषुवर्णैः नित्यास्तेऽनुचरास्तव सुब्रह्मण्योगुं सुब्रह्मण्योगुं सुब्रह्मण्योम्. Okay, just chant only the first three lines. Indraya hi sahasrayuga. Until there, you chant 2 times. Anubhishcha mahadbhishcha nigrishvairasma 4 lines. Chant only 4 lines.
ॐ अणुभिश्च महद्भिश्च निघृष्वैरसमायुतैः कालैर्हरित्वमापन्नैः इन्द्राय हि सहस्रयुक् अणुभिश्च महद्भिश्च निघृष्वैरसमायुतैः कालैर्हरित्वमापन्नैः इन्द्राय हि सहस्रयुक्.
So the mantra's syntax is addressing again Indra. So the first word is Indra, Ayahi. Indra, please come, Ayahi. How you are coming? Sahasrayuk, watching with your infinite eyes. Now you understand why I said you all have to be seen. Sahasrayuk. You come looking at us with your infinite eyes, not one eye, infinite eyes. Indra, Ayahi, Sahasrayuk. And not only Sahasrayuk, Anubhishcha, Mahadbhishcha. Anubhihi cha, Mahadbhihi cha. With the smallest and the most magnanimous. Means complete presence. Complete presence. The smallest to the most magnanimous. Anubhihi cha, Mahadbhihi cha. Asamayutaihi nighirshvaihi kalaihi. Asamayutam means independent or unequal units. Unequal units. What are the unequal units? The unequal units are kalaihi. Unequal units are time units. But here it also means kalai also means black. And supremely radiant. Nigrishvaihi. Nigrishvaihi. And apannaihi hari tvam. Your horses that have unbound existence. Hari, I mentioned yesterday. Hari, here is horses. The theme of the horses continues. Anubhishcha Mahadbhishcha Indra Ayahi Sahasrayuk Anubhishcha Mahadbhishcha Asamayutaihi Nigrushvaihi Kalaihi Apannaihi Haritvam. That is the syntax associated with the mantra. These mantras are representing supreme symbolism again. They just simply literal interpretation of these mantras only to understand the words, but then catching that literal interpretation, you have to go inside. So first, what is the adjective given to Indra is Sahasrayuk, infinite eyes. This infinite eyes represents that what is being invoked as Indra is a witness consciousness, Sakshi. And this consciousness is described as unbound or unyoked. Where is unbound? Apannai. He is not bound to anything. He is not yoked to anything. That's even better word. Unyoked. Yoke means what? The axle that ties the two bullocks so that they will run together, or the axle that will connect together the horses so that they don't go apart. So the symbolism of this is that there are no restrictions or limitations to this witness consciousness. It is free, it is unbound. So the imagery again of constantly running horses, it is further amplifying this symbolism. These horses represent perpetual movement of time. They are manifesting as both radiant, Nigrushvaike, and they are also manifested as the night, that is the black aspect, day and night. Time, that is small units, huge units, Asamayutaike, independent of each other, but yet they are unbound. And the reference to small units, milliseconds, vast periods like kalpas, anubhihi, mahadbhihi, that's the full spectrum of time. All these manifestations, day and night, the minuscule and the immense, Anu Raniyan, Mahato Mahiyan, though they seem to be tied, but they are running independently. Note these, all these phenomenon are emerging from this Indra, the witness consciousness, but he is not bound to any of that stuff, or it is not bound to anything. Witness consciousness is that, Tat, which is not bound to anything. So they exist autonomously, highlighting or giving this distinction between the observable universe, which is constantly changing, and the ultimate divinity, the witness consciousness, that is unchanging. The mantra is pointing out arrival of that which is unchanging in the changing. That is the beauty of this mantra. And the imagery continues. Agnir vibrashtivasanaha vayushvetasika Samvatsaro Vishuvarnaihi Nityasthita Agnenucharastavam. Repeat.
Agnirvibhrash Om Agnirvibhrashtivasanaha Vayushvetasi संवत्सरो विषुवर्णैः नित्यास्तेऽनुचरास्तव
Another one. 2 times. Om. Please focus on the scale. Om.
ॐ अग्निर्विभ्राष्टिवसनः वायुश्वेतसिकदृकः संवत्सरो विषुवर्णैः नित्यास्तेऽनुचरास्तव.
Okay. And this arrival is Nityah te anucharah tava. Nitya means the eternal. Anuchara means the companions. Te tava, of yours. And who are these eternal companions associated with this witness consciousness? The first one is Agnihi. And this Agni is wearing Vibhrashti Vasanaha. Vasanaha means clothes. Vibhrashti means radiant. Radiant clothes is what Agni is wearing. The next companion is Vayuhu. And this Vayu is Sveta Sikadrukaha. The one who has Sveta means white. Sikadrukaha means the chalky white. Chalky white. Like grained white. Grained white in color. The white color only, but it is chalky. Means particulated. Vayuhu Svetasikadrukaha. And this Samvatsara is another companion. And that Samvatsara has Vishu Varnaihi, multiple colors. So this arrival of this Indra, along with the two eternal companions, Agni, the radiant, Vayu, associated with the white chalky color, and Samvatsara with the multiple colors, Indra Ayahi. Indra Ayahi is the refrain. Indra Ayahi. Again, the imagery, the beautiful, that which is witness consciousness, that is unchanging and unbound, how it is felt? It is felt on the earth as the heat and the radiance of that heat associated with Agni. And the Vayu in the atmosphere, the presence of the Vayu is felt by these sand grains rising from the earth. Svetasikadrukaha. And the presence of the Samvatsara is felt by the multiple colors of the seasons that we have already studied. And the mantra, therefore, is invoking the total presence of the Supreme at 3 levels of perception. In earth as Agni, in atmosphere as Vayu, and from up above in the context of this Samvatsara as the seasons. 3 levels of manifestation. Now, that which is invoked as witness consciousness, the imperceivable, becomes perceivable at 3 levels. How is it applied outside is also applied inside. How it is applied outside, earth is the body. The heat in the body is Agni. What you are breathing in, breathing out is Vayu. And then what you are perceiving as the changes within the seasons, and that is associated with the time, the space, and the identity. Causality. This is the perception of that witness consciousness. But be clear, that witness consciousness is unyoked, unbound to any of this stuff. Apanai. Then the next beautiful 3 levels of Subramhanyogum, Subramhanyogum, Subramhanyom. So this is Gum comes because of the Yajurvedic chanting. Subramhanyaha, Om, Subramhanyaha, Om, Subramhanyaha, Om. This is very beautiful. We can spend the entire session on this one word called Subramhanya. Again, the refrain is Indra Agacha. See, next one. Indra Agacha. Agacha Medhatidhe. Hey, repeat that, Tambi.
Okay.
You went into bliss with Indra coming down.
Indra, Indra,
Indragacha hariva agacha medhatithe.
Indra gacha hariva
Gacha.
Indra gacha hariva agacha medhatithehe.
Agacha medhatithehe.
Agacha medhatithehe.
Mesha vrushanasvasya mene.
Mesha vrishanashvasya mene. Mesha vrishanashvasya mene.
There is a sha, there is a sha, there is a sa in that one word. Vr, sha, ra, shva, sya, shva, sya, sha, ra, shva, sya, vr, sha, na, shva, sya, mene, mesha, vrishanashvasya mene.
Mesha vrishanashvasya mene.
this is again amazing mantra here. Indra Gacha again. Indra. Okay, let's chant the mantra. Subramanyogum Subramanyogum Subramanyom.
Subramanyogum Subramanyogum Subramanyom Subramanyogum Subramanyogum Subramanyom
Indra Gacha Hariva Agacha Medhatithe.
Indra Gacha Hariva Agacha Medhatithe Indra Gacha Hariva Agacha Medhatithe
Meshavrushana Mene.
Meshavrishanashvasya Mene Meshavrishanashvasya Mene.
I will also teach the next two lines because they're all connected. Gauravaskandinnahallyayi jara. Let's split that. Gauravaskandi.
Gauravaskandi.
Vaskandin. This is Skandin. So then I will say Gauravaskandin.
Gauravaskandin. Gauravaskandin.
Ahalyayai jara.
Ahalyayai jara. Ahalyayai jara.
So then that full word is Gauravaskandinnahalyayai jara.
Gauravaskandinnahalyayai.
Ahalyayai.
Gauravaskandinnahalyayai jara. Gauravas. Gauravas.
There are actually 4 words in that. Gauravaha, Skandin, Ahalyayai, Jara. So it should be split there. Skandin should be split there. Gaurava, Skandin, Ahalyayai, Jara. Those are the words. And then Kausika, Brahmana, Gautama, Bruvana. Kausika Brahmana.
Kaushika Brahmana. Kaushika Brahmana.
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 Otherwise, if you don't hold it, I lose my breath. Kaushika Brahmana. Gautama Bruvana.
Kaushika Brahmana. Gautama Bruvana. Kaushika Brahmana. Gautama Bruvana.
Bruvana, Ana. So there are so many Ana. Subramanya, Ana. Then there is Vrashana. Then there is Kaushika Brahmana, Bruvana, Ana. Okay. Okay, let's Gauravaskan. Gauravaskandinnahalyayai jara.
Gauravaskandinnahalyayai jara.
Little flat you are.
ॐ गौरावस्कन्दिन्नहल्यायै जार
Two times.
गौरावस्कन्दिन्नहल्यायै जार
कौशिक ब्राह्मण गौतम ब्रुवाणा
कौशिकब्राह्मणगौतमब्रुवाण कौशिकब्राह्मणगौतमब्रुवाण.
So these lines go together. Indra hariva agaccha medhatithe mesha vrushanashvasya mene Gauravaskandinnahalyayai jara Kaushika Brahmana Gautama Pakaushika Brahmana Gautama Bruvana
इन्द्रागच्छ हरिव आगच्छ मेधातिथेः मेषवृषणश्वस्य मेने गौरावस्कन्दिन्नहल्यायै जार कौशिकब्राह्मणगौतमब्रुवाण इन्द्रागच्छ हरिव आगच्छ मेधातिथेः मेषवृषणश्वस्य मेने गौरावस्कन्दिन्नहल्यायै जार कौशिकब्राह्मणगौतमब्रुवाण.
Okay, so this Subramanya, what we think, and the Subramanya in this mantra have no connection. Let's be crystal clear about that. Sorry to disappoint all the Tamilians. There is in the mantra, as you learn the mantra, there is no connection at all between Shiva and Parvati's son Subramanya and this mantra Subramanya invocation. Then why is it used for Subramanya, sir? Only reason is because Subramanya is repeated 3 times. Avladha. Purnya, Chandrasekhara, Somu, Tambi. You are a Subramanya, staunch Subramanya devotee from Malaysia. Very sorry to disappoint Tambi. Then what happens is, you begin to understand that all this stuff about imagery is made up. Now, I'm giving you all the bad news. There is some good news at the end. Don't get too much dejected. Bhakti becomes blind. When bhakti becomes blind, then what it will do? It will restrict the divinity only to that particular image, and there it stops. When bhakti becomes ananya, when bhakti becomes unbound by the idol, it gets unbound from the idol, then it turns into ideal. There is idle bhakti, there is ideal bhakti. Okay, that is the idle bhakti is tamasika bhakti. Why it is tamasika? Because mind is restricted to one image, one form, and you think that that is it, and beyond that there is no God. That is it. If you don't believe in that name, in that form, you are doomed, and therefore it becomes idol bhakti. God turned into an idol, an insentient idol. So this Subramhanya, Om Subramhanya, Om Subramhanya, Om Subramhanya, though that's what it is, a mantra is actually that. And that in that Subramhanya that is invoked here is invoking the witness consciousness that is manifest, the Brahman, Brahmanaha, not Brahma, not Brahma. You know the difference. Brahma is the idol, that is the son of Vishnu, that is imagery. But this is Brahman, Subramhanyaha, Om, Subramhanyaha, Om, Subramhanyaha, Om. Very powerful mantra. How it is related to, by the way, the other day I asked what is the given name to the son of Parvati and Shiva. I think Sangha mentioned it incorrectly. It is not, she said Kartikeya. Kartikeya is not the given name to him. His given name by mother and father is Skanda. That is his given name. It is not Subramanya. Okay? Subramanya is not his given name by parents. Parents gave him when he was born. In Purana, it is described as he is Skanda. And his mother favoritely called him Kumara. Therefore, he became Kumaraswamy. Mother's pet name, no? The family may give a name, but the mother will have some pet name. Chintu, Puttu, Kattu, whatever, that kind of stuff. So, whatever, Chitti Babu, Potti Babu, Pedda Babu, all those things will be given by the mother. So, her favorite name given to him is Kumara. And then Swami was added by the devotees. Therefore, he became Kumara Swami. Skanda means the one who leaped forward with energy, so much of energy. Skanda means leaping forward. There is a difference between Skanda and Skandha. Just one adding one Mahaprana, the meaning will change. How will it change? Skandha means shoulders. Skanda means leaping forward. Ignorance is bliss. If you don't know any of these things, you won't care. Who cares, man? Skandha, who cares? Just chant whatever. Be happy. I know some Samskrita mantras and I can sit in a temple and chant and everybody, oh, Amma, yavalu chanting, yo, Rama. Amma, that is what we care for. But when you look at this Subramhanya, oh, that Brahman, that is Su, means a manifest, auspicious, manifesting. That which is manifest, Om, that is none other than the Om. Oh my God. That is the meaning of the mantra. And this Om, chanting 3 times, the first Om, second Om, third Om, representing the 3 states of mind, as in a mind that is awake, the mind that is in sleep, and the mind that is in deep sleep. But that Subramanya has no bearing at all with any of those three states. It is not those three states. It is present in those three states, but it is unbound to those three states. Subramanya Om, Subramanya Om, Subramanya Om. This is what you are invoking for presence in this mantra. And this son of Shiva and Parvati is that who has completely realized this Omkara. So that is the good news, why we attribute that mantra to him. He is the realized Brahman. He is the personification of a realized Brahman. So much so that he became Guru for his own father. And therefore, that is the mythological story. Now you see how mythology, now you understand the real meaning of the mantra, then mythology becomes more profound. If you only know the mythological story and you don't know the symbolic significance, that is called idol bhakti. If you know the ideal and then you look at the idol may last only for a few years, but the ideal will last forever. Why the ideal will last forever? This is all Swami described all of this in Gita Vahini. Nothing belongs to this. Nothing is being said that is new or any new discovery here. It is all completely Bhagavan's discourses, completely Bhagavan's Vahinis. None whatsoever is newly discovered. What it will do is, with his grace, when there is a study of these mantras, what it will do is, with his grace, it manifests at the time so that everything is put in perspective. That is what is happening, truly speaking. So this invocation mantra is for the arrival of this Brahman, who in the first few lines is described as witness consciousness, and from here on he is invoked as the Brahman. And in the context of this Agacha, Agacha, the next set of mantra are describing the different leelas or manifestations of that Indra. now this Indra in the next few lines is all Puranic stories related to the Puranic Indra, the mythological Indra. And that mythological Indra described as Indra Agacha Hariva. Hariva, okay, now here is the syntax. Harivaha Methatithe Mesha Mene Vrushana Shvasya Gauravaha Kandin. Gauravas Kandin, there it is Visarga. Yes, in the Samhita Pata, there should the yes should be. Oh, okay, that's fine. Gauravaha Kandin Ahalyaye Jara Kausika Brahmana Gautama Bruvana. These are all incredible, symbolic, mythological aspects associated with Puranic Indra. And what those stories are and what is the symbolism behind this is your homework. Because I am not a mythological person, you can now go back and look at all these stories I'm saying Harivaha Medhatithe, O Indra, Medhatithe Mesha. For Medhatithi, you are a Mesha, a ram. For Vrishana, Vrishanashva, for Vrishanashva, you are Mene. For Gaura, Gauravaha, for Gaurava, you are the Skandin, which is the white deer. For Ahalya, you are a lover. For Kaushika, you are a Brahmin. And for Gautama, you are extolled by Gautama. Yes. Is that clear? The homework is clear. I described what the stories are. What are all the associations of this Indra? I'll repeat again. First and foremost, Subramanya literally means very dear to Brahman, or very close to Brahman, or the auspiciousness embodiment of Brahman, or related to Brahman, the ultimate reality of the Brahman. So this Subramanya Kartikeya, we went through that story, the symbolism. We went through 3 Oms that are related to invocation of that. And then the Harivaha Medhatidhe Mesha, the Indra who carried away Medhatithi as a ram. Mesha means ram. The Indra who was the lover of Mene, belonging to Vrishanashva, and the one for Gaurava, he is the one who disguised as a white deer. And for Ahalya, he was the secret lover. And for Kausika, he was a Brahmin. And for Gautama, he was extolled by Gautama, Bruvana. These are the beautiful symbolic stories associated with that Indra. You go do your homework. Come prepared next week. What is next week? Oh, next week we don't have... yes, let's look at the calendar. Oh, next week is 14th. Yes, 14th is Valentine's Day. Yes, we should have a class on Valentine's Day, especially talking about secret lover of Mene, secret lover of Ahalya. All those things, the lovers are mentioned, no? So since all the lovers are mentioned, it will tie up with the discussing that symbolic aspect of the lover on Valentine's Day. You see how Swami ties up everything? Oh my God. Yeah, now somebody is even putting the love symbols, 2 of them. All right.
Sir, don't we have
There is no...
Ekadash Rudram next week?
No, the Ekadash Rudram is not there next week because 15th is celebration of Mahashivratri.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then 15th, 15, is it 15th we won't have class? Yeah, 15th we won't have class because it's Shivratri in many other places in India. And so 16th also we won't, sorry, 16th is anyway Monday. So 15th we won't have class. 14th, Valentine's Day. All the brothers and sisters come to the class in the morning and show your love to this beautiful Shiva on 14th evening at Stockton Temple. So we'll be doing Abhishekam in Stockton Temple as a service. Jai Sai Ram. Okay. 5 minutes more over. Okay. Are there any burning questions? Not associated with love, but anything else?
Anna, quick question.
Okay.
The mantras, Om Namah Shivaya or Om Namo Narayanaya, right? So here, why the Om is coming? Subramanyam, Om, Subramanyam, Om. Is there any significance? Why Om behind?
Why is Om coming after Subramanya? That's the question.
Yes, Anna.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. First you realize Brahman, then Om manifests. Yes. Simple as that.
Thank you.
The manifestation of Subramanya, yeah, that which is manifested is Omkaram. Subramanya, Om. Om is none other than this Brahman. So here it is coming, realization of Brahman is Omkaram, realization of Brahman is Omkaram, realization of Brahman is Omkaram. That's why we chant Om 3 times. Okay. 3 times representing all kinds of explanations are there, but Om is fundamentally the A, U, Ma, and those 3 representing the 3 states, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, which represents wakened sleep and deep sleep states. That is so you're realizing Brahman in all the 3 states. Right. Okay. Any other questions?
Saira Manna.
Okay.
I have actually 2 questions. So first question is, when you are talking about the bhakti of being ideal and idle, sometimes, people have, or even I have, like whenever a photograph or something becomes old of a god or a guru or whatever, it's very difficult to do the visarjan, like kind of, or even the idol. So can you explain in that scenario what is to be done? I mean, we
In
don't
that
want
scenario, what is to be done?
Yes, with the old
Yeah.
photos, or in the calendar there is
What do you do with your old clothes?
discarded or charity.
How do you discard it? How do you discard it?
I mean, we give it in
Just throw it.
charity.
But you give to charity what you discard.
No, I mean, we throw it away, but we don't want to. We want to recycle, thinking from that point of view.
Oh, okay, I understand. I'm not trying to make fun of you. But have you ever thought of, this is what my wife taught me as a very beautiful spiritual practice. If somebody gives a new set of clothes, one set that is already in the closet has to come out. That is number 1. So, and number 2, when you are discarding that old clothes, you hug them and you thank them for protecting you for that long. And you say, thank you so much for taking care of me this long. Now I let go of you. And once you practice this, you can watch. Your attachment to objects will slowly decrease and turns to gratitude. It's a beautiful spiritual practice. Then what will happen? You're grateful for something that has been with you, but then you're also saying the time has come, I have to let go of you. Thank you very much for being with me this long. That's it. Same thing with the God's picture also. Why you are so much attached to that picture, especially if it is getting old? Didn't Swami give up his body just because it was a useless instrument at the end of the day and he just moved on? But has he left? He has never left. So why you are now? This is what I'm saying. If you truly understand spirituality, it will turn into a kind of atheist. You become an atheist. Don't stretch that objectivity so far, but at the same time, you are not attached to that picture. That picture is just he is present there. I mean, especially you will be more attached to God. Sorry, not supposing some vibhuti came out of it. Oh my God, you will not, you are so attached to that vibhuti coming out of that picture. It's incredibly hard to get rid of all of that stuff. But can you ever just say, thank you for being with me in this picture, in this form. I think it's time to move on. And then Jai Saira. Okay. Okay, next question.
Yes, sir.
You said
Sir.
two questions. Second question, what's the second question?
So we in this thing we were dealing into mythology and this thing. So from the mythological
No,
point,
hold on. Did we answer both the questions or only one question?
no, only one. The second question is my other question of mythology. When Subramaniam is was such a realized soul that he came as the son of Shiva. So from that standpoint of view, when that question was that mythological stories there, where he went forward and he went on that a world tour. That's that story, right? And then Ganesha went around the parents.
Episode 340. Okay.
Oh, I don't know that. But if he was so realized, why did he go around the world? And I mean, I know you don't like the why.
It is all symbolism. It's that the whole story of Subramanya is an incredible symbolism. It's so deep at so many levels that it's ordinary people will not even able to understand that. I'm telling you, ordinary mind to contemplate on the entire episode of Subramanya, what he does, why he left for South, all of that stuff, and gave up on his parents, all of that stuff. There is so many layers of symbolic aspects of it. If I start that, we will be here till Shivratri. Yeah. The birth of Subramanya himself is not Subramanya. Skanda itself is a phenomenal, mysterious mythological symbolism. Why he is not even born to them, right? He's not even born to them. No physical birth. Neither Ganesha nor Subramanya are physically born to Shiva Parvati. That is the very first spiritual secret you have to learn. There is absolutely no physical birth of these two. They're called sons, but they're not biological sons. That is, once you connect to that, the rest of the story will unravel itself. I don't want to take too much time explaining all of that here. Okay? It's very deep. It's very deep. And what does it mean that he gave the Omkaram? He gave Omkar Upasana to Shiva himself. What does that mean? Chinne chinne muruga 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 chinne 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 muruga. Okay, anyway, Sairam.
Sairam, Anna.
Very beautiful. Yes, Sairam, last question. Yes.
So Anna, in the previous mantras, it described that Indra to come without any hindrances and taking us back without any hindrances. So I was just trying to see, because we commonly understand Ganesha as the remover of obstacles. So is that principle is also being invoked, or what is the reason why Ganesha mantras, we open all our chanting with the Ganesha mantras? Is that because in our pursuit there shouldn't be any obstacles for manifesting
so here
this?
is another spiritual secret. The mantras you chant for so-called Ganesha are actually not Ganesha mantras. Shuklam Bardram Vishnu is nothing to do with Ganesha. If you understand the meaning of Shuklam Bardram Vishnu, there, other than Vighna Upashantaye, there is no other connection. Only line is Vighna Upashantaye. That's the only connection, the mantra to Vighna. So therefore, that is another imagery logic failure. Gananantva Ganapatikum Havamahe is nothing to do with Ganesha. The biological son Ganesha with elephant head. That mantra actually comes from this suktam called Brahmana Suktam. It is invoking Brahman. It's a Rigvediya Brahmana Suktam. And that Brahmana Suktam is Gananantva mantra. So therefore, That also is nothing to do with elephant-headed god, so-called. So what is this principle associated with Ganesha? What does that word actually mean? Isha means controller. Ganas means senses and faculties. The controller of the senses and faculties is Ganesha. Therefore, the principle of invoking this Ganesha is to invoke that power which will control your senses, and your senses are your obstacles. And therefore, how senses are obstacles? You are doing beautiful puja, suddenly Starbucks coffee smell comes into the puja room, then what will happen? The mind will not think of God anymore, and it will go into the kitchen where the coffee is being made. So therefore, that smell has taken you away from the presence of God. Some phone call comes in the middle of the puja, the pujari will be picking up the phone. Sir, I'm in puja, I'll call you back. What kind of in the middle of the puja, they will be checking their WhatsApp messages and see where they have to go next, like a Uber driver. All the pujaris are Uber drivers. They are checking their phone because they have next appointment, no? So where is it? And then what is all this? Hangama. This is a humbug. It's all humbug. Very happy. Okay.
Last
So,
question, Sairam sir.
mantras.
One small question is
Mantras
there.
you invoking for Shuklam Bardharam Vishnum, Gananantva Ganapatikum Bhavamahe. Those two mantras are not related to elephant-headed God. Probably the closest is Vakratunda Mahakaya, Koti Surya Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakari. That is applicable to Vakratunda, means curved trunk, and the trunk applying to the elephant trunk, that elephant's tundam. So yes, sir. Last question. We'll close.
Yes. Oh, it's just a small question, but sir, I'm scared of asking this question. Kindly take it positively, sir. Only if you don't mind.
Why all these qualifiers?
No, because what is happening is just when I was going through, it was very interesting today's episode. But what I have said, you have just mentioned one point. Idol worshipping is a tamasic bhakti. I mean, I'm just wanted to elaborate. That's why I said don't get scared on my question. I don't want to get. I am really scared. I would say don't get angry on this question. But generally, what is happening is some of the explanations which I read somewhere. I mean to say, is saying it is a process of concentration, contemplation, and meditation, which you yourself have said. So it is the initial stage, and it is a panchabhutas. One of the tattvam, bhutatvam, is the idol. And you are following the Panchabhusas Bhutatvam. So can we call it as really tamasic is the question. I am really scared of asking this question. So just wanted to.
So the first question is, how do you understand the word tamasic?
Tamasic is Satviki, Rajasi, Tamasi. Tamasi is termed as some amount of alasya or nidra, alasya, laziness. This comes under tamasic bracket actually, which we normally interpret.
What is that associated with? Not fully awakened.
Not fully awakened.
Not fully awakened, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean that it is a bad thing or a good thing? Is there any good or bad associated with it? There is no good or bad associated with it. It is good because at least you have some level of focus, like you said. It is bad because you just stopped there. You have not fully awakened. So fully awakened state is the sattvic state. And that does not ignore the idol. Sir, now I am going to go to the center to make 1116 lingas for Shivratri. So I am not saying that making linga or doing worship to linga is a bad thing. But in the context of that linga, worship the linga, but also pay attention to what is the principle of that linga. How does that elevate your mind to a fully awakened state? When that perspective is there, it doesn't ignore the object, but it always focuses on the subject of the object. Advaina?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Then why did you think I'll get mad at you?
No, because of the.
You have attributed tamasic nature on me. Huh?
Sir, sometimes some quotations may irritate the Guru, and in the Guru Shishya Parampara.
No, Sairam sir, I am not. Please, I am not a guru or a Gudibanda. I'm only Gudibanda, not Guru.
No, I have
Gudibanda
to.
means.
When I'm
No,
learning from you, I have to treat you as a Guru only, sir.
No. You should not treat me as a guru at all, because I am not teaching anything. I am only parroting whatever Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba has said in every one of the sessions. So there is no invented knowledge here. It is all Bhagavan's. It's all Bhagavan's grace. Everything is being said is to the dot what Bhagavan has said. Nothing more than that. And so therefore all of that goes to him only. Sarvadeva Namaskaram Sai Devam Pratigacchati. Jai Sai Ram. Om Yadaksharapadabrashtam Matrahinam tu Yad Bhaved Tatsarvan Kshamyatam Deva Narayana Namostute Visargabindu Matrani Padapadaksharaणि Cha Nyunani Chatiriktani Kshamasva Saishvara Aparadha Sahasrani Kriyante Harnisham Maya Dasoyamiti Mam Matva Kshamasva Saishvara Anyatha Sharanam Nasti Tvameva Sharanam Mama Tasmat Karunya Bhavena Raksha Saishvara Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Saishwararpanamastu Swastif Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaah Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai